What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another video. Too many men look outside of themselves for the problem when they need to look in the mirror. Now, this is actually my second time recording this because I started recording this at my gym and I don't have a gym in the background. I was like, man, first the car had trouble starting. I don't know what the heck it was. Check engine light was on. I drove to my usual repair place. Shoot, they backed up, said they might can get to it today. So I said, shoot, I gotta do it. I gotta do it the bootleg way to deal with the check engine light. But then I started it, the check engine light didn't come on. I said, shit. I have to look at it again later on. I ain't sure what's up. But anyway, right? Oh, man. Anyway, I'm going to tell you something, man. A big problem with many men is they looking outside themselves. Like, you know, on this channel, we talk primarily about man gets woman, right? And we got a bunch of guys, you know, just in this general sector. You know, it's a whole industry of men, and I've said it before, blaming the women or thinking they can go someplace else to get the women, right? You know, it's like, oh, well, the women here ain't acting right, let me go another place. And this goes beyond the whole tribe thing, you know? Because I always talk about the tribe, of course. But at the same time, even with that, you got to still look within yourself to find the tribe. Because here's the thing. How many times have I've said it? If you got 20 women giving you trouble, women constantly rejecting you, doing all this stuff, doing the same stuff, that ain't on the women. That's on you. You the only thing they have in common. And I've said before, women, they will treat different men differently. And even with yourself, like I always tell the story of when I started Body Game. In fact, I'm gonna give you two pictures. A before picture and then an after picture. When I started Body Game, and of course, you know, I say, well, the before picture with this woman, she looked like she got a great body. Well, yeah, she did. And yeah, I had some game. I could still go out with women. But when I was still had to do some work, got the body right, then all of a sudden it was like, boom, some women who had rejected me before, even friends on me, were doing vile things to my body. What did I change? Just the body. Didn't change the personality. The face didn't change. It was like, shoot, she actually had less money, but more women. What I do? I changed something within myself. But then not only I saw that I changed myself physically, but I changed some attitudes. In fact, I always talk about the sex worker secret, right? Now, I remember there's a group of us that learned it at the same time. And no, I'm not going to, you got to figure it out. I keep giving clues. I've said it straight up several times. You know? But here's the thing with that, right? All of us changed, but what changed? It wasn't our looks. It was just the mindset. See, the problem is with a lot of guys, they don't want to work on themselves. That's why I say I really don't go in on women on this channel. Even that validation video I did. If y'all listen to it closely, I just said I was just focusing on the men's side. I said, shoot, if we're going to be real with it, unless a woman looking like some IG model out here, they ain't getting the same validation. They really don't. Some guys think they do. No, they don't. If you deal with enough women. But this the channel for men, so we're going to focus on the man side. Because even with that, it's still up to what are you doing? And I know some guys like to feel like they got it all together and shit. Do you? You walk on water, motherfucker? No, I'm dead serious. You walk on water, you can raise the dead. You making $1 million or so? Hey, I'm serious. Are you making $1 million or so? That means if you got your shit together, that means you just living your life perfectly. You know exactly what to do to make money. You are totally healthy. Everything together. Nobody do. Hell, even some billionaires really don't. Nobody do. That means I don't care who you are on this planet, you got something to work on. And I remember something. Anybody who's read my book, Nice Guys and Players, know I talk about Jim. He's a real dude. I ain't just making him up. He did say, though, because I joked about him, like, giving advice after giving him bid. He said, man, I got a problem with that, man. I got a problem with that. Why you had to make him think I was a drunk? Yeah, because he couldn't hold his liquor. Anyway, right? He said, if you think you got it and nobody want it, it means you don't got it. It's just that simple. But see, a lot of guys, they want, what the heck? Oh, okay, they working on some shit up here. A lot of guys, they want to blame the women. They think the women should just want them, but they ain't looking at themselves. Now, some guys will say, well, I'm ugly and all of that. No, ain't it. Got a fucked up attitude. Because if you take a look, like these guys who feel like they ain't 6 feet tall or they don't look like a fashion model, and then they'll say that's the problem. No, it's the attitude. Because there's some guys look exactly like you. Shoot, they dicking some women down. Shoot, they got the women chasing after them. There ain't no real difference. But it's the mindset. And that's what you need to work on. Now, yeah, some guys do need to work on their physicality, hence body game. Yeah, some guys need to work on something, try to get themselves looking their best, not somebody else's best. And let me say something about that. Don't worry about trying to look like another human being. Be good with your own face, your own body. I'll give you an example real quick. Because I remember, I was going off the last couple videos. Some dude said roid rage. And I just said, these motherfuckers. Because ain't the first time, not so much as roids, but somebody think I'm taking some shit to be my size and shit, right? I'm like, dude, nah, this is genetic, man. This is pure genetic. Shit, get that West African stock, man. Descended. My gene pool wasn't polluted that much. So this is like shit. It's natural in our size to have some size, athletic build, or muscular build. Shoot. When my youngest son came out, he looked like he had been bench pressing up in the womb. He was solid as shit. Still is. And he don't hardly be eating and shit. He's just naturally solid. It's just genetic. But I accept it. I ain't trying to be some like scrawny ass motherfucker. That ain't me. So why worry about it? Why worry about it? Seriously. Why worry about it? Even in this pic right here, that I shared, I'm still 200 pounds. People say I look like a track line. I'm still about 200. I'm just big, man. Shit. So it's like you gotta accept what you have, but work to make it your best. And don't try to say if a woman don't want you or she don't find you attractive, don't get mad at her. She just don't. Work on being your best and find who do. But don't blame them. Don't get mad. Because, see, here's the problem. When you blaming other people, you ain't doing the work on yourself. Because, see, here's the thing. You can't control the other person, but you can control yourself. You can control yourself. You can work on yourself. You can change it. And then when you change, I'm going to tell you how powerful it is. When you change yourself, everybody else changes how they respond to you. Like, let me give you an example. Now, no, I use myself again, because when I was little, I had been bullied, right? I had been bullied because I was a peaceful child. Well, somewhat peaceful. I was encouraged to be peaceful. But then I remember, and it wasn't like major bullying, you know what I mean? It wasn't major and shit. But I remember when I got to a point, I got sick of it. And I started I was getting in like 8th grade, man. I was getting in a fight every week. The teachers were concerned. Because I was like, hold up, I ain't taking this shit no more. Like that. Now, what changed? Did the people change? The guys who were bullying and trying to start some shit, they were the same people. I ain't sit and blame them. I just say, I picked up my shit. You know? I picked up my shit. And like I said, I don't have a problem saying that because people need to learn from that lesson. I changed. You know? With fists, I said, no, you're going to respect me. And that's exactly what I got. That's exactly what I got. But did I blame them? Did I say, oh, these bullies, they got to stop? Hell no. Went to their jaws a few times. I changed it. And that's how you got to be. If you want to be treated better by women, like guys get complain about how women treat them. Why are you sitting there taking that bullshit? No, seriously, why are you taking that bullshit? You don't need to do that. Nobody forcing you to do, nobody forcing that shit. You doing that. You're doing that. It ain't the women. It's you. It's you. If the women like trying to play you or something like that, what are you doing to cause it? Like you saying, okay, all these women want money, right? Like you can get a lot of guys, all these women want money, right? All these, they just want money. They just want money. Why you keep leading with it? Motherfucker be like, yeah, I'll take you to Ruth Chris and I'll spend all this money on you and stuff. Oh yeah, I make this much money and shit. Well, damn, you leading with your wallet. What the fuck she going to do? Hell. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be real. I make 6 figures, but I drive a modest car. Like I said, I had some car trouble. I said, shit, let me deal with this shit. It was a used car, good used car, but a modest car. You know? Well, not as modest as I used to, but I know most people don't know where I live. I don't lead with it. You know? Yesterday I said, a couple, like I said at the end of the video yesterday, saying how a nice young lady coming in. Okay, boom. Another young lady like in the store. She was real friendly, real cool. Hope I see her in there today. Seriously, she was real cool, real click. Right? They don't know what I do. I'm in sweats and shit. I'm not leading with money. So women don't hit me up like that. And then how I carry myself, I don't carry myself like I'm putting them on a pedestal or something. I carry myself like, you gonna respect me. If you don't, you need to keep moving. Now, if they doing some funky shit or talking to you raw, why are you letting them do it? You control that. You giving that out. Because see, when you control yourself, you actually influence how the women going to be. The power is within you. Shout out Mr. Licari. He always says the game is within you. Listen to what he's saying. You know, you got to be a man and take care of it. Now, body game, part of the thing with that, okay, you dealing with your physicality and stuff. And no, you ain't going to get every woman, but I don't care who they are, they ain't going to get every woman. But you going to do better because you dealt with yourself. You dealt with yourself. And that's the key thing. That's the key thing that you got to deal with. Right? Because if you don't, shit, you're going to have trouble. And you can try to run from that shit. You can try to run. You can say, well, I'm going to go with these women. They're going to treat me better. They don't. I'm just being real with you. And you've got a lot of dudes talking about traveling, but I've known dudes been doing that since the 90s, man. And they come back with some horror stories. I know some dudes married some women from overseas. Those women straight playing them. I know some dudes had some women robbed them. But what was the thing? Was it the women or was it the man? because the women were who they were. Like I said, I've never been majorly played. And some minor shit, of course. Minor shit, but very minor. Let's put I've never been played for money. Right? Because I said I ain't leading with my wallet. I don't give them the impression I got money. So, I control that. And see, that's what a bunch of guys got to start thinking about. You got to think about what you can control. You can control. Don't be caught up in, like, a lot of guys. See, I'm going to tell you what, that's a little scam anyway in this sector. Yeah, I said a scam. Anybody got a problem with it, come find me. Seriously. You got the guys not focusing on what they need to be doing. That's a big problem. Everybody blame, and that's really bigger than just the man gets woman thing. That's in society. Everybody blaming that group for the problem, that group for shit happening. Nah, ain't no in there. You need to look at yourself. Because when you look in that mirror, shout out C Boogie, always talked about looking in the mirror. You got the power. Whenever I've had any problems in life, man, I looked at myself. Now, not at first, but I had to learn. I said, hold up, let me change it. Let me do something different. And then everybody else got to react to you. I always understand that lesson. That's what it means to be a man. A man don't be blaming everybody. A man say, I'm going to fix this shit. I'm going to go handle this shit. I'm going to go take care of it myself. That's what it means to be a man. And I'm going to tell you what. Even with these women be turning into men. I'm going to tell you something now. I've seen this all my life, experienced it. You get women, they'll argue with a man, fuss with him and shit. There's always a man they ain't doing that shit with. It ain't necessarily some thug dude. It'd be some guy who will tell them to zip it. I've heard like those tough talking women want to argue with everybody, do all that. And they always come across a man who be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. And they be like, yes, sir. And I ain't joking. I ain't trying to go in on no women or something, but I'm just saying. And what is it? Because the guys ain't playing that shit. Real men ain't playing that shit. And they ain't going to complain. And if the women behave a certain way, that's them. It's like, okay, leave them alone. You ain't obligated. They ain't obligated to like you. And like I said, if they don't like you, they just don't like you. I remember a woman told a young girl, this was years ago, back in the 90s, when I was hanging out at American Youth. A young girl told me straight up she didn't like me. I said, okay, that means you don't have a reason to be in my presence. That means when you see me, you should give me a wide berth. And it shocked her, because I wasn't pressed. I was like, whatever. It actually shocked her. She had that look on her face like, I guess she thought I was going to try to win her over. I'm going to tell you something, too. Don't worry when somebody really don't like you. Just, okay, as long as they don't put their hands on you or try to actively interfere. Give them their berth. If they don't feel you, especially if it's a woman or something, you want her, she got your joint hard, but she don't want you, be like, boom, keep it moving. Because what good would she be? Seriously, what good would she be? All right? So, anyway, that's all I have for today, y'all. This is a quick one. Like I said, I'll take my car in another time, just get it looked at real quick. But, but that's the thing. They want to do the bootleg thing on taking care of the check engine. I learned it from a mechanic and shit. And, well, I keep it to myself. Anyway, didn't have to. But I still got to get it checked out because it was a problem. And I got to get an oil change in a week or so. A couple weeks anyway. So I'll just have them check that too. Check everything. So, but anyway. And one thing too, just real quick, just for my Money Matters people. Keep some money. This is real quick, Money Matters, bonus, those who follow it. Always keep somewhere you can, like a savings account or just a credit card, something just for emergency. Because, you never know what can happen. You can have an accident, can have a car, get a tire flat, something like that. You never know. So, anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.